it's great to see you again. Welcome to another kids' church, and I hope you have had a wonderful half term. We've been so lucky with the weather, haven't we? Some lovely sunshine. We've been away to see Anna and James's nanny and pops, and we had a wonderful time, didn't we, in Yorkshire?
It was really sunny.
Really sunny. It's been really lovely. So I hope you've all had a lovely half term, whatever you might have been up to. And today we are carrying on with the series we've been doing about the 10 Commandments. Now, I wonder if either of you can remember some of the 10 Commandments we've already looked at. Can you remember any of them?
Ask God if we ever think that we feel angry.
Oh, well, I think you've already given a preview of what we're doing today, but you're right, that is one of them, isn't it? Yeah, can you think of anything, Anna? What was that one that Jeremy and Annabelle were telling us about? Keeping the... Can you remember that word? Sabbath, wasn't it? Yeah, it's like a special holy day. So we had keeping the Sabbath and, a very important one. Who should you always honour?
Yeah, Mummy and Daddy.
God and Mummy and Daddy. I like that one. That's a good one. So today we're going to be talking about the 6th commandment. The 6th commandment is you shall not murder. Now, that's an interesting one, isn't it? Because murder means to kill somebody, doesn't it? But do you know what God was actually talking about when he said that? And Jesus tells us about this in the New Testament, is that it's not just about not murdering someone, because obviously that's very important, but that actually you shouldn't be angry with people either. Because when we start feeling angry with people in our heads, that is where the anger can get really big and can turn into hurting people, can't it? So, we're going to talk today about not being angry, and that's what you just told me was one of the commandments, didn't you? Which is a little bit the same because...
always ask God to help us not get angry.
Yeah, that's it. So, what we are going to do is we're going to start with my little illustration. I haven't got Lego today, I've got something different. So, we've got an apple. Now, I don't know if you guys agree, but this is a pretty good looking apple, right? Pretty delicious. James saw it before we started filming and he said, speaking of food, I'm quite hungry. Would you like to eat this apple, Jamesy?
No.
No? Don't you think it looks pretty good?
Apple!
It looks nice, doesn't it? So, this apple is a lovely shiny red apple and it's looking pretty good. But do you know what? I'm going to cut it up and we might find a little bit of a surprise inside. Are you ready?
Cutting.
All the way through. And look. Oh, can you see? I'm going to show it to the camera. Look, do you still want to eat that apple?
No.
Look at that. So on the outside, it looked really good, didn't it? It looked really tasty and delicious. But when we cut it open, look at all those bad bits and bruises. You see them all. And do you know what? People can be a little bit like that sometimes. Sometimes they can look pretty good from the outside and look like everything's going okay, pretty happy people. But inside their heads can be some pretty angry thoughts. Yeah, pretty angry thoughts that are going on. And that can happen to a lot of us sometimes. I think we all get angry occasionally, don't we? Do you ever get angry, James? Do you two get angry with each other sometimes?
Yeah. I get angry sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. Well, we all get angry sometimes, don't we? Yeah, sometimes you guys have little arguments about things, don't you? And you get cross with each other. I get cross sometimes too, don't I? Yeah, we all do it sometimes. But do you know, if you keep getting those angry thoughts and letting them take over your head, it can actually make your head go kind of bad, can't it? Just like the badness inside that apple. It looks all right from the outside, but inside, those thoughts can be affecting our head and also our hearts. And Jesus talks a little bit about that in the New Testament. Says, well, you heard it said in the 10 Commandments, he said, that you should not murder. But actually, even being angry with your friends can make your mind and your heart go bad. And actually, we shouldn't really even be angry. But that's hard, isn't it? That's really hard because we all feel it sometimes. But you know, Jesus didn't just talk about not being angry, about the negative things. He actually also talked about the good things that we can grow in our hearts. Because he had something that he called the fruit of the spirits. And some of those are love, patience, gentleness. not apples. And self-control.
I'm not very good at patience.
What? You said fruit.
Yeah, the fruit of the spirit. You're right. But these fruits are a bit different.
It's time to go on holiday or stuff like that.
You are, that's true. So, love, gentleness, patience, and self-control. And if we grow those things in our heart instead of angry thoughts, do you think that would make our hearts better places and more beautiful places? They would, wouldn't they? Yeah? So, how on earth do we do that, though? How do we grow those things? Do you think that's easy to do on our own? Like you just said, you find it hard to be patient. But who can we ask to help us all the time if we need to? Could help. Mummies and daddies will always help you.
God?
But yeah, God will help you with those things. So if we pray to God and we say, God, I'm feeling kind of angry today. Do you think he could take that feeling away? He totally could, couldn't he? Do you think he could replace it with those good things in our heart instead? Those feelings of gentleness and patience and self-control. Do you think he could do
We
that?
can pray.
Yeah,
We can pray, can't we? We can pray to God and he helps us. Now, I don't know if this illustration is going to work very well because it's such a beautiful sunny day, but I've got here my torch. Now, this is a very big torch. And I've just turned it on, but I don't know if you can really see it. There you go. It's shining on your face a bit there, Jamesy. So,
now I can see a purple thing in the air.
just like a torch can search a dark room, can't it, and find things in a dark room. Do you know, God can shine a torch into our hearts. And he can find, because God can see everything in our hearts, can't he? Even if people on the outside can only see that beautiful apple, God can see the inside of our hearts, can't he? Yeah? And he can shine a torch on the good things and the bad things in our lives, can't
And you
he?
can also see the inside of apples.
Well, yeah, he can. He can see everything. So,
Yeah, and when you put that apple together, it looks kind of like a heart.
yeah, kind of. So, God can show up those parts of our heart where we might need to say sorry for maybe angry thoughts or things that we're thinking. And he can also help us, can't he, to shine a light on the good parts of our hearts and to grow them into bigger things, yeah? So, shall we say a little prayer to finish off? Yeah? So, Lord, thank you so much that you know the inside of our hearts, that you can shine a light on our hearts and you can find those parts where sometimes we might feel angry, but you also can find the good in our hearts, Lord. And we just pray that this week, if we have any angry thoughts or we have any situations where we feel cross, we know we can come to you, Lord, and ask you to help us, and that you can change our hearts to being good, and you can give us patience and self-control and gentleness. And we thank you so much for that, Lord. So we pray that we all have a wonderful week in your name. Amen. Amen. Right, fantastic. So these are your books, guys, and for this week it's the first page because it's a brand new book. So this is going to be for the younger. So Jamesy, you'll be filling in this one. And for the older ones, it's this one. And it's the first page of the book. Okay, so have a go at filling that in now. That'd be fantastic. And other than that, we hope you have a lovely week. You say goodbye.